Rheumatoid arthritis can be present from early childhood to old age. Most commonly between 30 to 50 years of age is when it shows up. Right? There's a familiar genetic contribution of about 15 to 30%. So familiar means so it's a genetic passed down through the generations, but that's only 15 to 30% of them we can trace it back to. So some people it just crops up out of nowhere. It doesn't have to be a link to someone else in their family. Rheumatoid arthritis is seen as a persistent inflammation of the synovial lining of the joints, tendon sheaths or bursae. Are all those terms familiar? So your tendon does what? Links what to what? Muscle to bone. Beautiful. Bursae, fluid sac. Very nice. Okay, rheumatoid arthritis affects women 3 times more often than men. Commonly pain and stiffness of small joints of the hands and feet. Other joints may be the wrists, elbows and shoulders, we said knees and ankles, but it's commonly the smaller joints. Pain and stiffness is worse in the morning and improves with gentle exercise. So this is the difference. You will tend to find your osteoarthritis sufferers, the pain will increase on exercise. Okay, so you've got wear and tear of the joint through trauma and constant use. So the more exercise you do, they'll say, ow, 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 ow. And so someone who had been out playing tennis for 5 hours will come home, think it's all good, and then go, can't move so much anymore. Okay? Whereas your rheumatoid arthritis, they'll get up and they'll say they can't even move in the morning. They can hardly get out of bed, get to the toilet, turn the light on. It's awful. Right? Lots of morning stiffness, and will improve with gentle exercise. And what I've found that most effective with my clients that have had rheumatoid arthritis has been hydrotherapy in the morning and swimming in the morning, and they will swear by it and say, oh, I can, for the rest of the day, or at least 3/4 of the day, I can move and it's relieved. So that's what you think of with these guys. Hydrotherapy is just warm water work. So most of the defenders will have a hydrotherapy pool now that usually sits about body temperature, about 37 degrees. You can imagine that if they are people suffering from rheumatoid arthritis or any joint issue, or a lot of the athletes will use it for recovery, the last thing you want is water movement that you're not expecting, okay, and a frying ball that you're not expecting. So again, you're going to take your clients to particular places, and it might be a gym where you've worked. You might have to go somewhere where your client is happy, okay? But before you take them there, check out the surroundings and the environment, okay? And particularly if you're working with someone with an injury, how hard is it going to be to get someone across poolside on your crutches without breaking the other leg, okay? Because it's a very slippery area. So you got to think about all these things in your approach to the environment and what you're using and what facilities. The other thing, and if they've had a hip replacements, has anyone got a granny that's had a hip replacement? Known anyone with a hip replacement? Now they're so very good on them in getting the rehab happening. Not all of your grannies are really positive with their rehab and are quite happy to just let things happen. Somewhere down the track then they've decided they need to do something about it, which is often a bit too late, and their mobility in their hips is very poor. So what sort of approach are you going to want for these people in terms of getting into a pool? A proper entrance, so either a gradual step in with a rail support or a sloping step. And a lot of the pools will still have the old hook rails to get in. You cannot get that person in there, guys, because you're just adding to the stress of that. Now, Ashburton has a movable floor. Are they going to move it for every person though? No. With your rheumatoid arthritis, especially avoid any form of exercise during their flare-ups. Ask them, they'll tell you they have rheumatoid if they're exercising, and ask them what happens during their flare-ups, and you'll be able to notice it'll be quite red and inflamed and lots of heat being produced out of it. And just tell them, when you get active your active rheumatoid, I don't want to see you. Okay, it's not an ideal time to be exercising. They should know that, but most of them don't. Hydrotherapy and swimming are the most beneficial for these people as well. Important to modify equipment, so especially items that require hand grip.